So it has taken me a while to make this video. Joseph and me are leaving Spelkollektivet, and we've been here for almost 2 years, so this is gonna be a big change in our lives. For over 2 months I've had the idea to make this video about what this place even is, because it might be the place that you need like right now, and I want to tell you about it. What the hell? In a nutshell, Spelkollektivet is a co-living and co-working place in Sweden, or better, the Swedish countryside. It is 2.5 hours away from Copenhagen airport and easily reachable by train. When we came here in October 2017, the house was in a different location. But since September 2018, it is located here in Väckelsång and it has space for up to 50 people. We are around 30 people right now. So why did Joseph and me almost spend 2 years at this place? First, the money. Hands down, if you live in any bigger European city, rent is probably what your money goes to most of the time. Rent at Spelkollektivet changes depending on like how long you stay and like when you come here, but usually I would say it is around 400 euros a month, and this is fairly competitive with like I would say most European cities. But now comes the best part. Everything that you need is included in the rent. What do I mean by that? By everything, I mean everything. You get breakfast in the morning, you get 2 warm meals a day, like somebody cooks food for you. You don't have to spend time cooking, you don't have to spend time shopping, you just have to show up and eat, and it's included in the 400 euro rent. You even get internet, electricity, water. They even buy the toilet paper and the shower gel for you. You can also still buy your own stuff here. You can buy breakfast stuff, you can buy things to cook and cook your own meal. There is a supermarket, but if you wanted to, you can just live here for 400 euros, not pay anything else. Number 2, and like I only have number 1, which is the money because it's so cheap, and number 2. So number 2 is the game devs. I'm gonna make this one really short, but there's just a lot of cool people in the house. Like, I've been here for 2 years. I've seen a lot of people come and go, but there's always been cool people, so I'm gonna meet other game devs and be surrounded by cool people. And come here. So now you are probably wondering, Simone, what does this magical place of wonder look like? And to that I say, let's do a house tour. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do the house tour now. I filmed this 2 months ago. Okay, so this is the outside of the house. And this is the room that you see when you first arrive. Right now it's a bit messy, because we just ordered new furniture. But then to the left. So this is the eating room, without food and without people. And recently it's been getting warmer, so and it's super warm and it's very nice. So hi, this is Simone from the future. Back when I filmed this, we didn't have this place, so now even more people can sit outside. Hooray! But it looks like shit now because it's raining, but believe me, it's super cool and nice when there's sun. So from the eating area to the dishwasher. No, I'm kidding. This is the kitchen, the homie's kitchen. This is our beautiful fridge. And this is mainly where we can just cook breakfast. If you want to cook. Because if you don't, then this is the professional kitchen where they cook the good food. But I'm not allowed in there. Yes. that was only slightly creepy. What else? Oh yeah, the warmest room in the house. Which looks like this at the moment, but it doesn't usually look like this. So this is the infamous pee waterfall, which you already know if you've seen any of the videos that I recorded in here. And this is where we have all of the board games. And yeah, this is also the room where we mostly hang out in the evening and just play and drink. Mostly drink, really. So all of the board games are from the house. I think some are from the homies, but mostly it's from the house. Oh yeah, there's also, now that I'm seeing this, there's D&D sessions every couple of weeks, but it depends on who's in the house at the moment. So right now there's a lot of people that like to play D&D, so there's a lot of D&D going on, but like we had phases where there was no D&D players, so yeah, no D&D. Makes sense! Let us continue. Hello! Alright, hallway number 1 with renovations. So this is the renovated area of the house. It has, I don't know how many rooms, but on all of these doors there's rooms for the homies. And this is the area that is getting renovated. So this will be like a just sitting, chilling, reading area. And yeah, this is the renovation where there's more homie rooms being made. I actually haven't seen these. Sponsored by IKEA. What?
Let's finish the bed.
Yeah. But I have it on video that it's not finished. So should I come later when it's finished? And then film again? Okay.
Yeah, or you can finish it.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna finish it. I have important YouTube work to do. I don't have important YouTube work to do. As you can maybe hear, this is the shower. This is where you get clean, I suppose. Zoom. If we go around this corner. Ta-da! This is the second hallway. Again, these are all homie rooms, but these aren't renovated. Front section here. There's like these 2 rooms are renovated and in the rest there's people living. And I think in this nice and yellow back section there's only like 2 or 3 rooms here there where people are living. Oh yeah, back there is like more rooms. And now we go down to the basement. Just keep working.
Just be normal.
Just act natural. You're doing a very good job.
You don't show any of the trash. Oh yeah.
Where is the trash? I just blur it out.
There. Oh,
so this is the trash. So this is the big office, and now we go to the Joshua office. It's not the Joshua office anymore.
I used to work for a couple of weeks.
So this is the
It's
empty. The empty office.
The empty room, yeah.
Yep, we leave this room. Ta-da! Oh, and this is the quiet office, now with improved sunlight blockage. Bye. This office you probably know the most, because this is where I almost film every game jam ever. So another dark and scary corridor, and it leads into the Netflix room. So this is the room where we have all of the consoles, the big TV, all the sofas, basically for gaming and watching TV. Opposite from the Netflix room we have VR playing room and the VR, I guess, setup room. If we continue down this path. Hello! So this is the second Netflix room. Now we enter the area that is not really renovated as much. And in here we have like an esports room that exactly has room for like 5 people, but none of us use it. And I think there's kids from the town that use it. And opposed to that we have... Hello? So this is the gym. We sometimes use it. This is actually in use very often. Ping pong table and gym. Let's go. Welcome to one of the creepy hallways. Like all of these doors on the right are mainly for storage. We barely use this part of the house except... Ta-da! It's so nice and bright. So as you probably guessed, this is the laundry room. We do laundry sometimes. And one really nice addition that I really appreciate is this thing. You kind of know that you're becoming an adult when you get excited about a drying room. But anyway, this is where you can just hang up your stuff and it dries. And if you want it to dry faster, you can, that back there is a fan, you can just turn it on and then it dries really fast. And it's very exciting. This is Joseph and my laundry, by the way. And this is the laundry baskets. Has it become apparent that I don't know how to film a house tour video? Oh, by the way, also, sponsored by IKEA. Nah, we're not sponsored. I wish we were. But if we go up here. Stairs, 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 stairs. Oh, stairs, stairs, stairs. If we were to go up here, this is the first floor where more homies live, but I kind of just don't want to go because it's just more closed doors, so it's just not. Which brings us back to this. So yeah, that is basically the house. I think the only thing to do now is just to check if Rasmus has finished that bed. Have you finished the bed? We just need to see if you assembled it or not. Ta-da! Bed. So now that you've seen the place and heard me talk about the place, you might be intrigued, but you still don't know like what to do here. And I had the same problem before coming here and also before getting more into game dev, that I had no idea what it meant to come here. And basically, if you're only paying 400 euros a month and everything else is taken care of, and you're surrounded by other motivated people, you can really focus on getting into game dev, and it allows you the financial freedom of just, yeah, existing and doing what is fun to you, if that makes sense. To give you guys kind of an insight of what my life has been like here. I also filmed what a typical day in my life at Spelkollektivet looks like. Usually I get up in the morning around 7 or 8 and then head down to the office to spend some time alone. I use those 2 to 3 morning hours before everybody else gets up to focus on drawing, language learning, or listening to audiobooks. Afterwards I start working on either client work, company work, or, like on this day, my private stuff. So yeah, that's mainly the mornings. And food. Food is usually served between 12 and 12:30, and there's always a 2-week plan of what is being cooked. Wow, isn't this super exciting? Today I'm really just updating my social media, updating our social media for Do and I, adding a imprint to my website. So very boring stuff. Even if I were to work on client work, I would just like sit here and draw instead of writing text and formatting text. But this is basically what the afternoons look like. However, this afternoon, one of my housemates decided to have a spontaneous portrait drawing session with Joseph. So we also sometimes spend the evenings just playing video games, playing board games, or just watching Netflix together. There's usually always somebody that wants to watch something, so you're in good company. Good night. And that is pretty much my day. But then again, there's also days we don't work at all. When Joseph and me came here, this was our timeout. Spelkollektivet gave us the freedom to reinvent ourselves and build up a business from the ground without any financial pressure. On top of that, it helped me escape the hamster wheel of working for clients 10 to 14 hours every day. And especially the last year, all that extra time that I've managed to free has helped me grow immensely as an artist. I even had some extra time to learn programming. And visual scripting. So why am I making this video? The truth is, I want Spelkollektivet to continue, and for that it needs new people to be interested and to move into the house. I feel it's a great place to be if you just need a break for just 1 month or even 12 months. Spelkollektivet doesn't really have anything on their website where you can see how life here is, because they just don't have the capacity at the moment to do these things. So I just wanted to show the world what it's like to be here and to live here. And if Spelkollektivet might be what you need right now, and if you're interested, I'll be down in the comments and
Hi, my name is Genius, and welcome to Spelkollektivet. I'm the proud owner and majority shareholder. I'm here today to give you a lovely tour of this fine establishment. Come on, let's go! This is the North Wing, one of 3 residential areas here. Let's take a look inside one of the rooms. You're supposed to unlock the door.
Isn't not unlocked? I'm sorry.
Saying sorry isn't gonna unlock the f***. Let's take a look inside one of the rooms. It's a bit bland at the moment, but there's plenty of space to make it your own. And would you look at all these rooms? Laundry. Outside, there's plenty of luscious, spacious grounds, nearby forests, and even a fire pit. Let's take a look.
That's great, but come on back. There's more house to see.
Hey, are you coming?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's go.
Did I mention we're all athletes?
These balls. I forgot about that.
So come on down, stay a while. You're gonna love it here. My name is Binkleton, signing out. So, what do you think? Pretty good, huh? You're fired!
Welcome to Spelkollektivet, a co-working and co-living space for game developers around the world. Our aim is to provide an affordable space to eat, sleep, work, and build connections with other game devs from different backgrounds and experiences. Most residents here work in one of the dedicated co-working spaces. We have the loud office for those looking for a more social working environment, and the quiet offices for a more distraction-free environment. All areas come equipped with high-speed internet, desks, and office chairs, with the added bonus of being around other passionate people while they work on their own projects. And if you prefer, there's plenty of space in your own private bedroom. To help foster a collaborative community, we host a weekly stream, the Spelkollektivet Game Developers Conference, an opportunity to showcase what you've been working on and gain valuable feedback on your projects from developers just like yourself. Even though you might work alone, we're still a big team that always has each other's backs. But let's all remember to take some time to relax, have fun, and enjoy yourself. Spelkollektivet encourages a healthy balance of work and play with a number of dedicated spaces for games, board games, movies, and outside activities to participate with your fellow game devs. Speaking of game devs, let's talk to some.
Let me just settle in.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Yeah, hi, I'm Matej Jan.
Hello, I'm Marijke.
I am Megan McCurdy.
I'm Adam.
I'm Anneke.
I'm Michal.
I'm Jovi.
I am Belinda.
I am Fio.
I'm a composer from New Zealand.
I'm from Germany and I am a solo game developer.
I'm from the Philippines and I'm an artist that works in the game industry.
I am an indie game developer.
I'm helping her with her stuff. Also, I help in the house. I'm from Czech Republic and I'm the developer of Lords and Villains.
I'm from Germany and I'm an art director / UI UX designer for Hotel Magnate.
I come from Slovenia and I am a pixel artist and game developer.
I came here to focus on the development of my game and have more free time and be around the community of indie game developers to get some support from my peers.
I was already working alone on my projects, and I just wanted to be part of a community and be part of a group of people that have similar interests.
I felt a little bit stagnant back at home. I wasn't getting anywhere or meeting a lot of people in the industry, so I just took the plunge.
We both thought about, hey, let's make a trip just where we can do programming. At this time we didn't know that Spelkollektivet existed, and it was a really nice coincidence that we found this place and could just work on software.
I wanted to experience what life was like living abroad. The idea of living together with other passionate game developers was really interesting to me.
I miss how my life was working from an office when I had a normal game development job, but I still want to work on my game, and so being here is the best of both worlds. I can work on my game and be in an office with other game developers, and it's even better because we also live together, and it's really nice to have like-minded people around you.
I came here because a friend of mine, Annika, she went here before and she told me about this place and was like, "You're sure this is real? Are they not selling you organs or something?" Like, no, it's real. It's really awesome. And then I decided, damn, I'm gonna come here. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And it is.
One of the most surprising to me was how good the food is. And it has great variety, so we have normal and vegetarian options. And I actually became vegetarian while being here because I was thinking about it already before, but I'm too lazy to prepare it, and here somebody does it for you, and it's...
The community is amazing. Here are so many people with totally different experiences, and you can learn from every single one of them something special.
The people, I think. I wasn't expecting to make so many great friendships here, and along with working with those friends, it's been really cool.
I like a lot of things, and it's very hard for me to pick one that would stand out the most. I think above everything it would be the people that I'm surrounded with, because I think they are very like-minded and very accepting and supportive. So I feel like home here, and that's what I like the most about this place.
For more information, check out our website for the latest prices and details, or join us on Discord where you can ask more questions from us directly.
It's not or not. Please stay away.
It was in the beginning when COVID started, and then we were in the public and you had to call. Everyone was looking at you immediately.
Did you just make this sometime during a game jam or something?
This? No, Joshua made this. I think Joshua was one of the first people. I don't know if it started as GDC, but I don't know. I don't remember. But he felt like we needed an intro, so he made it. Yeah. All right. Hello and welcome to No. SGDC! Woo! I love myself. Alright, show your junk. For the people tuning in on stream, we are game developers, so we make games, and now we're showing them off. Sometimes. First off, up is Raymond. Woo!
All right. Where am I? Oh, I can wave to myself. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm not gonna show anything from my usual game. I'm gonna show something that I did during the Global Game Jam last weekend, which was really fun. I'm gonna show you my tentacles. We made a weird game, and one of the things that I really wanted to do pretty early on in the jam was I wanted to make a transition between some of the different parts that we have in the game. And I had the idea of having them be tentacles, so they kind of come into the screen, then the scene changes or whatever changes behind it, and then they come back out of the screen. And that ended up looking something like this. So it worked, yay, I did it. That took a little bit. There were some weird hiccups, so I thought it would be fun to talk about. It's going to be a little bit maybe weird for people not familiar with Unity, because I'm just going to talk about a bunch of Unity-specific stuff. But basically, this was our setup. We had a main scene that was always loaded, and then we had a bunch of extra scenes that we would load in, and then if we would change from basically one scenario to another, we would unload whatever was there and load in the new one. So that's where I wanted the tentacles to show up. So I got started. First step was getting cool tentacle sprites. Lena made them very fast, and they looked very cool, so that was great. Then I had to rig. One of the things I wanted to do during this game jam was learn a bit more about Unity's 2D animation package, which was pretty simple to work with. You just import the package, and then you can rig your 2D sprites. I just made some bones, which was very straightforward, and I guess a tentacle is like really easy to animate and make weights and everything for. I didn't even have to weight paint anything. It was just the automatically generated stuff worked perfectly. And then I went on to animate them. I also didn't have much experience working with the Unity Animator, but it was pretty easy. I had 3 tentacle sprites. Obviously, I had to make 3 tentacle animations. And this one's my favorite because it's very wiggly. And then I just had to make the transition. And I wasn't really sure exactly how I was going to do that. I had some ideas. My first idea was on top of the cameras and everything else in the game, you have the UI canvas, which is just rendered on top. So perfect. That's where I would put my nice wiggly tentacles. Problem is, it doesn't want sprites. And my wiggly UI tentacles are sprites, and they are not UI elements. So that didn't work. So I had to look at something else. So I had somewhat overheard people in the house talking about camera stacking earlier, about Remy using camera stacking. I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up. So I was looking into using multiple cameras to have one camera essentially render the tentacles on top of all the other stuff that was going on. And so, I don't know, I was going to try it out. I set it up over here. Essentially, as you can see, I made a little animation where it's just the tentacles coming in, and then I would play the animation backwards for going out of it. And I set up this camera so it only renders those tentacles. So it looks very strange when you try and play with the animation because it just doesn't render anything behind it. I don't know how to explain this, like, technically. I'm sure someone else can explain that. But anyway, then I made a nice little animator. Also hadn't worked much with that, so I worked with a lot of new stuff during the game jam, which was fun. Which just transitions in. When I set this boolean over there through script, I set that to true. It shows the tentacles, and then when I set it false, it goes away again. Easy. And so, cool. Now I was just going to have to set this camera that only sees the tentacles, set it to an overlay camera so it can render on top of the other camera we have. And then I would go into the other camera we have and just set it in the stacks. Easy. Shit, they're in different scenes. I can't do that. So that was weird, and my next solution was distress. because we were in a game jam. This was the last day. I didn't have many hours left, and I was like, fuck, maybe I should just skip this and work on the other at least 5 things that I had to do. But then I realized that most of the time when there's something in another scene that I want to access and I can't just immediately access it by just assigning it in the inspector, I do it through code. And that worked. So I basically just had the overlay camera that was in the main scene. That was referenced in code by the main script that basically everything else had access to. And then within every one of these individual scenes, whenever the scenes get loaded, they will also have a reference to their individual camera. And they'll go, cool, try to show the tentacles on top of whatever I'm showing. So that worked. And now you can see the tentacles worked, hooray. That was it. Yay! Now go play our game. It was cool. Perfect time. Oh no. Oh shit, questions. Does anyone have questions? Good stuff.
It's not a question, but it's a statement. Full soundtrack for Strangest Life is coming out in 2 weeks.
Nice. No need for questions. That was a good statement. So, all done. All good.
Okay.
Cool.
Next up is Isa.
Cable. So today I'm showing something new in our game, a decoration system for our house. 2 weeks ago I told you about the inventory system that I had. Oh, I have no inventory. Okay. Ah, there it is. That I forgot to add the controller support in the beginning, and that's because I had to rework all the inventory system. So for the decoration system, I had already a decoration system for the outside of the house, and now I had to rework the decoration system because I forgot the controller support. Yeah, and so I started the reworking with doing a decoration thingy for the house. And now I can decorate the house with stuff. So these are also just dummy assets, also the icons here for, yeah, having placeholder for hopefully in the future at one time better stuff and so on. I'm just not familiar with my own code. Okay, basically it works. I can also rotate the stuff, and I can also see where I can place the objects. So they have also different, or there are different of a different kind of type. So here I have floor objects, that's why I can't put it here now, because here is already a floor thing. But I can put other objects onto the floor objects. And I have also table objects that I can put on tables. That's why I can only see the table marked here, because this is a table object. Yeah, so this works. I can also delete them. So basically for the table objects, I decided to separate the deleting thing because it was easier than to mark the specific objects. I can also delete all of them at once. And then I have also something to change the textures of the room. So yeah, this is the decoration system currently. It still has some smaller bugs, but I will I will solve them tomorrow, and then it works hopefully good enough. And then I have to rework the outside of the farm again with the decoration system there, based on the current new thingy. And I want to show you as well some art, because I finished the concept art for our crops, so that we can have so that if we have an artist in the future, we can just give him or her the art stuff and hey, do it for us in beautiful. So we will have 4 different type of crops for each season. For spring we have the cabbage. These are the 5 different types of cabbage. For those who don't know the project, it's a fantasy farming game. I forgot to mention it. And we will have different type of crops. So like for salad, we will have 5 different sorts or types. So for the first 2 forms that are non-magical forms, and then we have 3 magical forms, and that's for each type of vegetable. So we have also carrots, spinach, strawberries, where we have also fire strawberry, onions for summer, tomatoes, melons, and so on and so on. And this is the overview. So I just want to show you this. So the first one from each line is basically the non-magical one, and it gets more magical in the end. It's also not final, I guess, but for the current state, it's enough for us to work with. And I guess from next week on, I will start to try to do the 3D models for this one at least, so that we can add them to the game to have, not only so bad placeholder stuff. Yeah, that's the current state. Any questions? Yeah, Mark?
Can you delete table with stuff on it?
Yes, if you're deleting the table, when someone is on the table, it gets also deleted. Or it's not directly deleted, I didn't show it, but it's put back into the inventory. So all the stuff I added to the room were in the inventory before. So it goes back to the inventory.
Magical floating.
Sorry? What?
So no magical floating table where.
Not yet, but it's a nice idea. I mean, currently I'm just programming it very rough without polishing it, so at the end, with some effects, why not? Yeah. Yeah?
Do you or will you have undo functionality?
Good question. It's not planned, let's say this. But
I imagine especially for the delete all, it would be nice to be able to undo it.
Yeah, that's true. I have to figure out how to implement this, but yeah, it's a good idea. James?
Will you be able to buy furniture/furniture recipes, or will it be based on crafting recipes?
Both. So you can craft it, but you can also buy some stuff, but I guess not all stuff. Other questions? Okay, then thank you.
Next up is Max. Shit, it's the bad guys. The bad bootleg gang.
Okay. I'm most hide in the corner. You guys do the most. Oh shit, you joined. Oh yeah.
I'm here, but I'm hiding.
Okay, so for context, in the Indie Quest, which is the education we take here, like all of us here and that guy and another guy who isn't here right now, and several others, but like the ones I just mentioned, we've like come together to work on a project, like which is the arcade game project, which is one of the 3 big main things we are supposed to do during the year. And we kind of just wanted to show the progress of what we've made so far, I guess. And I need to double check one thing. Oh yeah, first, this is just like character concept thing.
Showing him first, how could you? How dare you?
Get fucked. It was made by this guy, this sprite.
Disclaimer, may I?
Yeah?
I have not touched pixel art for at least 7 years, so I'm just put this together in an hour to kind of get used to it again.
Yeah. And it was like the character in itself is mostly his idea. It's called Robit.
The gentleman spy.
Yes, important.
Yeah,
anyway, this is from the game perspective. This is very temporary art sprite. I just want to... This is an example of how temporary it is. I kind of just threw something together. Yeah. But basically what I've been working on personally for the past few weeks is a character controller, which is practically done now for the use cases. What Victor has been doing is trajectory stuff and like knockback. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I just came up with it. We should I should probably say what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah,
that might be a good We're making a platform fighter. So like a Smash style game.
Or Rivals of Aether game.
Yeah, Rivals of Aether. Like,
Framemakers, or...
If you don't know the genre name, it's along those styles of games. And that's why we have started doing the movement for it and the basis of the attack. So up in the top left corner, you can see the percentage of the guy that's sent flying. And every time I punch him, it adds 22% for this attack. And then he flies away. And yeah, we have a shit ton of player states, etc., etc. But basically the plan for this project is getting it done before the arcade day and then having it shown there and playable and stuff. And yeah. Someone else want to talk?
Questions?
Good luck, Victor.
Thank you.
Mate?
What are all the moves you can do with your character? Please repeat the question as you answer it.
What are all the moves you can do with a character? So right now the states are dash, run, walk, idle, crouch, jump, double jump, air dash, which you can combine in different ways. So like this is air dashing along the ground, so you keep the momentum of it while grounded. And if you're in a dash, you can dash in the other direction and get momentum that way. Yes?
What is the name of the frog fella?
Robert.
Robert.
Say the question.
What is the name of the frog fella? It is Robert, the gentleman spy.
Yes.
That was the original plan. But then Robert was funny.
He's Fitzgerald Robert.
Yeah, that can be his middle name. Yeah, any more questions?
Is Robert going to be in the game?
Yes. Okay, so the plan is right now 2 characters.
Say the question and then answer.
Is Robert gonna be in the game? And yes, it's right now we have 2 characters planned, which is Robert and a Viking lady, and he can talk about her.
Yeah, so we don't even have any art. Of course, I had to choose Viking lady because, well, yeah. So we haven't even gotten a name yet, but it's basically going to be this really big buff lady with a huge ass axe. And yeah, she's going to be a grappler for those of you who know what that is. I'm not going to explain it. If you don't know, then this game is not... I actually play the game still. But yeah, big buff Viking lady with huge axe. That's about it. Also from the north. So yeah, because Viking. So yes. Yes. But to follow up on one of those things with the characters is that so let's see if I can. Hello, I don't know. Hello. I will be making the soundtrack for the game, at least for now, until these 2 replace me. Every character is going to have its own theme, which is also then going to be shown off, or is going to be played on specific maps, which so far we're doing it in the reverse order, where we're taking... Wait, actually, which way are we doing it again? We're doing characters first and then maps based on them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're doing it that way.
Kinda. Because we already have, like, planning a map for the Viking lady, but she's not very designed yet. But she exists.
Yes.
In our heads.
Don't worry, I got it.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, that's for music. Also sound effects, all that bullshit. And yes, now I want to go back in the corner.
I feel the same.
Yes.
Any more questions? Yeah, Marco?
How many characters are you planning?
So how many characters? Yeah, I'm on my way. So he asked how many characters there are gonna be, and what did we say? At least 3?
I think we said at least 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Okay, so at least 3.
Okay. Sounds good.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Next up is Andreas.
Not ready. Oh no.
I mean, you're not ready.
I'm hurrying.
You know, he starts at 8.
I'll grab it later. Okay.
Get that. Alright, next up instead then is Johannes.
Me?
Oh!
Hello World Wide Web and room-wide Spelkollektivet. I am a rare spawn. I don't usually present, so I don't know how to do this. First I open Discord. Okay, breathe. Whew. Let's just show who I am, because people might not know. I'm allegedly a 3D artist, and yeah, I made some low poly models and graphics when I worked in Japan. Made some one-piece games and some random weapons, and then I went back to Sweden and studied more graphics so I could make cooler graphics. And yeah, I made some for a VR student, and I made a cool thing, whatever. Anyway, some textures, some shit. Okay, next. Wait. You know me and Sam and James and Marie and maybe Andreas and maybe, who knows, maybe there are more. We're making a game. What? Don't forget Dino. Ah, Dino, we have a cat. Anyways, so there's this train inside of the game. And I have made a train and I made a texture for it. So let's show it. This is an unlisted. So here's a train with the. Yeah, I'm just gonna show the train. So I made this in Substance Painter for the texture, and other 3D software for the modeling, and I just want to show how like I generally made it. So here's the train, and let's check out the polygons. It's like 6,500 tries, and I made like most of this half side is actually mirrored here with the UVs, so it shares texture space. And let's see here. Right now we don't use any roughness or metalness information right now. Who knows if we will do it in the future. But yeah, so here is the, oh, that's the color channel, whatever. Here it is, and then I'll just show some cool things in Substance Designer that I thought was cool. Like I found a simple use of anchors. So if you have a fill layer with a color in it, you can put an anchor on it. Like here, base side shadow, for example, or base side, have an anchor. And then in a fill layer inside of this folder that I have masked to the side, I have this fill layer, and then I assign the base color as base side. And then this basically works as swatches, so you can just change the color here and it will change everywhere where there's an anchor. So you don't have to go and manually change. Like just one cool thing I found out. Oh, and I just want to talk about like another thing. Half the stuff is actually shifted one UV unit to the left, the ones I mirrored, so that on the texture sheet it only uses this space, and then it's duplicated on the other side. And just some fun facts: if you want to have nice bakes, for example, you shouldn't have them overlapping on the same UVs. That's why they're on the other side. But the texture map will repeat itself anyway. So whatever you have on this side, it will also happen here. And this is another little trick. Just simply make a good start for painting. If you have your ambient occlusion bake, I found this what's it called? An effect called matte FX oil paint, and if you use that, you can get a quick, like painterly look, and then you can use this and multiply the layer to get a good, like a quick start of the shit. So I don't know if I missed something or if anything was weirdly said, but this is a train. Oh, and this is basically the president of the United States of America that they use this train, and it's basically Train Force 1. So that's why I have a 001. It's just, we can change the number later, and that's why this looks a bit like Pepsi. Yeah, there, I said it. But it's the U.S. flag's colors that made me. I just did it, but I have to like continue making other shit. So you have to move on. This is not perfect. I see shitty places everywhere on this, but you have to say it's done for now, and you can do your next thing. So yeah, okay. Any questions? Where is there? Oh, there are. Hey, what's up?
Is there a picture of it in game?
If there's a picture of it in game, well, there is a picture of it. Work in progress version. That is not this version. Maybe later. Yes, Marie.
Maybe it would be great when you first start the game. It has this number, and then if you fail and start new, it gets number 2, and so on.
Marie has a great suggestion for the next sprint. We'll program so that this number will change if you get game over. It will be 2, and then it will count up. Yeah.
We need more numbers.
Numbers. Was there any? Yes, Matej.
Can you put white stars on the blue thing?
I have tried a lot of things. I tried with the American flag here and the seal of the President of the United States here, but it was too much stuff. And I have tried some stuff, and I might. But let's just do the next model maybe. Like I have to do other things. Yes, Victor.
I mean, he could be both the President of the United States and the President of Pepsi Company.
I'm not sure if Pepsi Company exists in this apocalyptic world set in the 60s or something. Yes, Matej.
So sort of related question. Because the game is sort of top down.
Yeah.
Are there going to be any cinematic cameras where players can enjoy this in all these details?
Yeah, like when I made this, I thought I should just as well just make these details because we don't know in the future. Like maybe this could be a cool start screen or something. Like we could have use for this, but generally it might just look like this in the game right now. Like from this. Yes.
I think you changed to 45 degrees.
Yeah, maybe.
The first idea was to have it with cinematics. Ideally, like when you depart from the map. I wanted a cinematic, like if you left behind citizens that you didn't put into the train, it would be like a cinematic of the train going away and someone running after them, falling down and just being left to die. That was the idea at least. So then, but we scrapped that plan back when we were still trying to go for like photorealism. So we might be getting back into it because I think this is way more workable with the size of the team we have.
Yes, any more questions? Yeah, sorry, I don't know your name, but Hannibal?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
What is the train used for? I don't know anything about the game.
Well, it's maybe James can explain more efficiently.
I actually want to ask you about the game because I want to hear your explanation. I want to know if you know what game you're making.
Okay. I'm on stream getting put on the spot. I will just say all the wrong things. But like you have this screen here, and then the train comes in when a level starts. Like there's like a randomly generated level, and then a train comes in. This is the train, and you have you as the player are traveling in a train. in a post-apocalyptic world. And then you get out of the train when you have come to the level, and then you do all this. What's it called? What's that genre called? Survival strategy stuff. And like you go around, chopping trees and shit, and then you might be able to get another car of the train sometime. Who knows? Like we don't have the full game idea fully, but you're basically going around in a train and.
Okay, so the game is based on a bunch of different genres I like. I think I even pitched some of it to you, but it's Snowpiercer. The book or whatever. Snowpiercer is based on you can't stop the train. If you stop the train, they die. But obviously that's boring gameplay if you only ride the train always. So you stop the train to collect more resources in order to continue riding the train because all of North America is full of monsters. So you have to keep going. And you can only stay for so long, and then when you're staying, it's like a Factorio type of gameplay. So building resources and doing shit like that, and then fucking off. And then the idea is to get to space. So somehow, in these small times when you're stopping, it's to build a spaceship and fuck off to space. That's the idea.
Sorry, I was chatting with Brian. Okay, any more question?
So now he still doesn't know what the game is.
No, I heard. I just said it to be funny. Okay. No more real questions. I can't see anyone. Was there anyone in the chat? Can you call the President of America? And Annie wonders what president of what is the President of the United States of America of Northern America, of North America. It's yeah. Okay, cool. I should go. Bye.
Did you step on the phone? Maybe.
What is this shitty part?
Hey!
Alright, Andreas, are you ready now? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. You know the drill. Whoa. So I'm just gonna go into it. The reason it took so long was that I wanted to hem and haw less and just run through presentation because I'm good at this now. So you know this. Well, most of you do. It's not us, and I just wanted to, make sure that I gave credit where credit is due for the fine arts. It's one of my favorite webcomics from way back. And this week, there's going to be some trouble with game design. I've been working on it in the back of my head and basically saying I will get to the details, and as I think many of you know, sometimes, once you actually start looking into it and you realize you made a bunch of assumptions, and you can make an ass of you and me when you assume. So, first, the whole point of the game, like 90% of it, is you playing a card game, trying to put away some materials for crafting, and then return to your camp and do the crafting and then head out again. And it's just gonna be a cycle like that. So the materials made into potions, and it should just be great and work fine. So I just wanted to make a complete redo. That's why last week we were just listening to excellent music from Brian. But now I want to actually show you what we got here. So I added this thing called generic materials.
So that's going to be the most common kind, and they're going to have just a couple of numbers, the destruction and the serene affinity, and that's going to lie the basis for all the recipes, basically what powers them. You're going to make a bunch of very kind of similar cards that will help you when you're out foraging. And what you really want is this other type of card, a very specific ingredient with the name and unique art, hopefully. And those are the ones that you can make into so-called special cards or artifacts. That's going to just matter a lot. What I didn't put into the presentation is that you can also combine I guess it's a green element that's just demagified nature. Because as you might remember, the world is in post-apocalyptic state because of an overabundance of magic that is just destroying everything or killing everything that humans want to keep around. So the demagifying of a potion will turn the card into gold, and then you can sell that to the humans because they love stuff they can eat and use that doesn't have magic, because magic is sort of, the big dirty unforgiven forbidden stuff. And that will give you currency so you can buy more rations, and the rations will allow you to go into the forest and go foraging and make more materials and so on. So there's the loop. So I had to overhaul some stuff in the foraging. I've added 3 new slots, 2 belt slots behind the hand slots, where you can keep stuff that you want to have around. Like, I can't use this right now, but I want to clear the top row, so I'm putting this away, just like queuing it up, basically. And an artifact slot. I added that to make crafting more rewarding. So if you make an artifact, that's gonna be something you might keep around for the whole foraging session. So, but so that's gonna be an overhaul in the heads-up display. But I will now show you, because we're getting into stuff that's really difficult to talk about. So, where did the stuff go? How much time do I have?
1 minute and 30 seconds.
Great. Yes, so this kind of looks similar, but stuff has moved. The inventory's over here, yada yada. Here is the artifact slot. Here are the 2 belt slots behind each hand. And there's this is placeholder as usual, this birdie thing. Now when you want to play something, the game will finally just indicate to you, so you don't have to guess and just hover around with it. You know that you can, for example, put this in the belt. Sure, I can put this in the other belt. These work the way it used to. Here's the new generic material. I can put that here with the arrows and the sense into the inventory at the end of the turn. I'm just going to keep playing. You know the deal, hopefully, and take some damage. And now that went into the inventory, and this special card is the only one I made. You can shift it, but you can also play it on yourself. That's basically casting a spell. The stray cards will now go away. That's what the bird does. It's like, no, I will guide you so you don't go astray. And yeah, that is actually pretty much it. I will show you the artifact system next time. But basically you put an artifact there in the slot below you, and then you can feed it the ingredients. If you don't want to bring them back with you, you can use them by feeding it the artifact. And depending what the artifact is and what you're feeding it, you will get different effects. All right, questions? Yes.
So I hadn't actually seen the game played before. Are you you're trying to clear the top row? You're trying to make use of all of the
Yeah.
as much items as you can kind of.
Yes, the main cycle of the game is clearing that row of 4 cards by removing all of them but 1, and then you get new cards. Then you can then turn back at a certain point when these stray cards will gather up, and once you have enough, you can select to go back to your camp, and then you have to play through those stray cards, basically some more rounds of these cards, which will mean that you need to learn how to make that decision when it's time to turn back without dying. Anything else? Thank you.
Remy. I will talk about our Game Jam game because we worked on it a bit more. So we'll show you, like you already know the game we made after the Game Jam, but I will now show you the differences, and Joanna will talk about them.
Hi, what are you doing?
Yes.
I'm here too.
Yeah. Yeah,
You have to change it in the back. I know how to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you managed?
Yeah.
Good.
It's
well done.
Professional camera, just
Yeah.
according to the chat.
Yeah, according to the chat. So it must be true.
So yeah, basically the idea was that Gustav somewhere, he beat the best score in like 20 minutes or something. So we thought maybe that's too easy.
Yeah.
Maybe he would like a better challenge or something.
Oh no, the camera moved.
Oh no.
Wait.
Go ahead. So we introduced a bunch of new mechanics, new stuff to make the game more interesting. Yeah, we also added more titles, like 50 of them or something. So yeah, every time you know the thing. Wait, let's go. So what we added is, you remember the diamond we had at the end, which was the time bonus. Now it's a completion bonus, and the diamond appears where we have the piece of coal on top right here. So in every level we have a piece of coal that will turn into a diamond when you collect all the things, all the stars. We also changed the sprites.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Joanna did. Oh wait, why don't we have sound? What's wrong? Because we are about to hear a new sound effect I made.
Line and low. And twirl the right one.
Yeah, okay, good. So when you end a level now, we have like a level complete screen with a time bonus and a jingle. Yay! Time bonus 0 because I took so much time.
Yeah, I also added, I don't think the die sound were there before when you lose a life. I think that's new for this build. And I added a sound for gaining a life as well.
So when we lose a life, there is a sound now?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh.
And an animation. That was new.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I did that too.
And
now, if you gain a life.
Yes. The coal will not turn into a diamond if you lost a life. Instead, it will turn into an extra life.
That's also a new sprite I made.
So if you lost a life, you don't get the 1,000 point bonus. Instead, you get this, which is just one more life.
Yeah.
So it makes the game both easier, but a bit harder if you want to reach the maximum score.
Yeah, get the high score.
Yeah.
Yeah. We added some new levels, 2 of them, right?
Yeah. Let's rush to the new levels.
Yeah.
So this is another one.
Yeah. Sandreas made most of the levels, but I made 1 and Remy made 2, I think.
I made just one.
You just one? You made the doors and the one with the...
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, you made 2.
I added one, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I made it, but it was already there in the... when we finished the game jam. Speedrunning.
Whoa. Yeah, we also tried to speedrun the game. It was difficult.
This is your level.
I made this level. It's a maze, and there is a very satisfying way to run it perfectly, so you just avoid the moles and everything. And yeah, it's not like this.
It's
like this.
Yes.
Yes. But no, you can also get back if you make it right.
What do you mean? Oh.
Yeah.
This one is one of mine. I mean, yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
The last one is Andreas being evil.
Yeah, it's the hardest one, but it's great.
Wow.
No.
Oh, you could have made it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now when you complete all 11 levels, we actually play them again with slightly quicker modes.
Yes.
So you get to play them twice.
Oh my god.
Lots of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else do we have to say?
I don't know, we changed the hitboxes of the moles a bit. They were very mean, and now they are at least a bit nicer. And there's a secret.
Yeah, there is a secret.
Yeah.
If you play the game a certain way, you get a secret.
Yeah.
But we can't tell you what it is.
No.
You have to figure it out.
Yeah.
There's still no prize money, by the
No.
way. For someone who will try to win. Well,
Oh no.
okay, yeah. Goodbye.
I also sent some of the sprites to this.
Let's die and watch the
Yeah.
leaderboard.
Yeah, that's good. You made it.
Yay!
onto
This
the
is a new leaderboard. You can try to beat the devs.
Yep. I'm trying to. I've been playing for.
Oh, you have second place.
Yeah.
That's good.
Very good.
So did you send?
Yeah, I sent those there. I
Oh,
made
nice.
this picture that shows some of the sprites I made, and I started off with making them bigger, which I'm not showing here. But yeah, and at least for the coal and the diamond and the star, I started off with way bigger sprites. But we then had them scaled down in the game, and it looked way nicer when they were smaller. But then we lost pixels, so I redrew them and also added an outline to make them more visible. Yes, I had some iterations, but I ended up quite happy with how they turned out. And yeah, I made two different sets of the character and the edges because we have two different light modes, sort of. And this is the running animation for one of them. It's super quick. Can you see it flying through the courses? And the other one is an idle animation. And it was fun. It was the first time I used the animator in Unity, and it was fun to look into how that worked. And I made a whole machine out of it that I didn't take a screenshot of because I didn't prepare that much. But yeah, it was fun to discover how the animations worked and to learn something new. Yep.
Questions?
Questions.
Mattei.
Can you get through the whole game without killing any moles?
No.
Without taking any stars? No, you can't.
No.
Gustav.
I noticed something in here when you said secrets, which is the coal. So so you know, as soon as I get my hands on this.
Okay.
Well, it's
Try-
available to play on itch already. Why? Yeah.
Was that your high score?
Yes.
That is the absolute highest score you have.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna get 55,000 instead.
I think I computed the best theoretical score, and it's like 54,700. So I'm like 300 below the best theoretical score.
Yeah, he did a whole calculation in a.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep trying. Marco.
So what happens if you eat the coal?
We didn't try that. The code is minus 50 points. And you don't get the diamond or the extra life.
So it's minus 1,000.
So yeah, it's minus 1,050 if you wanted to get the diamond.
Yeah.
So you really don't want to take it.
So there is possibility of getting the lowest score ever?
I think it's possible to get a negative score, especially if you just die like right in the first
yeah,
levels.
that's true. You take one coal and then you die. Then you get the minus score. But otherwise, if you want to run all the levels and take all the coals, it might not be possible to avoid enough stars
Yeah.
to get a minus score, and keys.
Yeah, I think you will always have stars in your way or something.
And keys.
So, oh yeah, and the time bonus, you need to wait basically to get to be sure that you have 0 time bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit tricky, and there is no reward for that.
Yeah.
Yes, Raymond.
If you play through all of the plus levels, do you have another layer, or is it?
No, it's done.
Okay.
It's done. There are like just twice 11 levels, and then yeah, you complete the game.
Yes.
Question from the chat. Did the character steal Link's hat?
No. No.
My question. Did you design the blue world because you like Sonic, and he designed the green world because he like Link?
No, I designed it all because I like green and blue. It's nice colors. Yeah. Well, I started with the green character, but I also wanted a green background and green hedges, so then I had to figure that out. And
It's weird how it matches how you guys like to dress up. So.
What do you mean? I'm in red.
I like to dress up as Link as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her as Sonic.
Maybe it was not my intentions. Yeah.
All right, no more questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up is Lena.
Okay, so I'm gonna show some art. So this is our game, Broken Alliance, that we're working on. And so there's some more concept art that the concept artist Raida made. And these are for the faction Forge. And yeah, different units that will be in the game. I'm just working them out. And here they all are, so 5 units per faction, and starting from left side, the weakest one and the strongest one is on the right side. Yep, and our environment artist made this, Sophie. She made these different mines or places where you can get resources, and also the Phobos Castle. Yeah, and I made a long time ago these characters, like some units of Paradise, and I wanted to make like a very cute animation for them, to make them like energetic, kind of, not like that exactly. This is like a bit too over the top, but you know, in this kind of a style. So I couldn't use a rotoscope. I didn't find any that was actually like in this style. So yeah, so here's a speed paint of doing the animation. Some nice Death and Taxes music on the background. So basically, what I do at first, I move the whole character up and down a bit, bobbing. Then I start making the legs one by one. I just cut them apart. Pixel art is nice. You can just cut the things apart, move them, and clean it all up later. So leg by leg, I'm always switching behind. Yeah, and on another layer, I have all of the. I already made it this way that all of the smaller details are on another layer, so it's easier to just put those two together, and then I start cleaning it up, and that's most part of making this. The whole thing took like under 4 hours, like 3 hours, 3.5 maybe, for those both. The 2 characters, and yeah, it's at that point I'm probably already like, oh, this is so much work. It's why I'm doing this. It takes a lot of like energy out of me, I feel like, because you have to think of all of the elements, how they are moving, and you are trying to, you know, make it by hand to look believable, kind of. But it's really fun to make some of the like fluffy parts like react to the moving and all of that. So yeah, that's gonna probably most of the time went into like making the first one. Then another one, because I had the same like kind of character. I just took the animation that I made, I painted it in the right color, and then I deleted the details on top of it, and I put another details on top, so I could save some time with the animation for the second character. And now the music ended because the song is not long enough and I didn't loop it. Yeah, so basically that's it for the character. I'm just like cleaning it up in here. And yeah, no. Yep, it's my videos. It's not going out here. Why?
Press F9 after you out of full screen.
Oh.
Or F.
No.
F. F. And then F. Okay. F.
Yeah, but it's just like okay. Yeah, and these are the almost done animations. I'm gonna like fix some of the pixels in there, but basically that's how it's gonna look like kind of a happy bouncy walk. Yeah, and that's it. Any questions? Yes, James.
Question from a chat. Will this creature be primarily side on, or will there be other perspectives?
No, it will be only from the side. It will go to the battle screen mostly, and yeah, we don't actually need any other views from it. So that's gonna be a lot less animation thanks to that. So yeah. Yeah.
How many different animation states does a unit have on the board?
So idle, walking, attacking. We don't know if we will do directional attacking, then dying, and we are thinking of maybe some kind of switches between them, like just maybe sometimes resting in ground and then just jumping up or something like that. So not too many. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
One more question.
Oh.
Will there be a playable build for the arcade day?
Maybe we will try to do that, but I can't promise anything. Yeah.
Hi. Next up is Matej.
Pop.
Spaceman.
Oh, look, I'm here twice. But I don't want that one. I want this one. Layers. Let's see if this one works. So me and James were working on a weekend project during the game jam. Although we didn't really care about the game jam too much. We just wanted to make chess. So here's chess. The idea was to kind of make it very cozy and juicy, and so everything basically is interactive. But I'm gonna be talking mostly about the music and sound, so let's see how loud this is. Oh, I can do more. Apologies for your ears. So anyway, everything has sounds. I've already shown it in the house at the end of the jam, but there was one more idea I wanted to test out, which was to have dynamic music. And when we were coming up with the concept of how it should sound like, I started actually with the music, and the idea was how would it sound if basically depending on which position you are in, depending on which of the pieces are out, it would sound differently. So I had this idea of making layers, and yeah, so here's, for example, and then from that idea I figured, okay, maybe every piece needs to be its own instrument. So the pawns are violas, the minor pieces are cellos, and then the most important pieces are double bass. And so, I guess it's cutting in and out. Oh yeah, I heard that happening to you before. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's the thingy where it keeps on filtering.
I don't know who plugged it in. Maybe just give me a TV.
Yeah, maybe. Should I switch here or?
I think it should.
Are you?
Try that.
Oh, but maybe the TV needs to be raised up, or is there volume here as well?
There's a volume here as well.
Okay. So yeah, this is the initial idea I had that I wanted to explore. So depending on which piece is out there, it is projecting its note with the instrument, and each of the files has a different note, and they're all in the Dorian scale. So theoretically, it should kind of sound nice, but I don't know. I didn't like it too much. It gets a little bit too noisy. And then if a piece takes, then that one loses the sound. I also made it so that this is a marimba, and so yeah, there's these walking sounds that weren't there before. But anyway, so I don't know, I'm not super happy with this layering concept, so I also started working on a V2 or a different idea. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it either, but it's just a couple of hours. Where another idea where they play. Oh wait, am I on the wrong one? I am on the wrong one. Where they sort of play different melodies instead, and depending on which piece you moved, the melody changes key, sort of. And I need to make it so that they slowly pulse animate whenever they play a sound, so it's more obvious. Let's do a Queen's Gambit. So you can hear sometimes both of them play, sometimes they kind of keep the common rhythm, but some tune out of some of the notes and others don't. And then whenever there's a capture, the melody randomizes. Anyway, yeah, that's sort of the concept so far. It might be a little bit too much, but I just wanted to explore it, how things sound like. So yeah, that's where it is right now. I don't think I should allow myself to work on it longer, although I want to. I don't know if I will succeed at that. Any questions? All right, thank you very much.
All right, next up is Jonathan. Today's presenter, tomorrow's traitor. Or is it in 2 days maybe?
Can you turn the volume down first? Otherwise we're going to die.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the boxes make a sound now.
Okay. So, this work? Yeah. Okay, so I'm Jonathan, and I'm gonna show you what I did this week. So first, like many of you, I did the Global Game Jam. We did a very cute game with Marek, where you are, where you own a plant shop in the underworld. And yeah, the game isn't perfect, but thanks to Marika's very cute art, I really enjoyed it. But I didn't have much time to keep working on the game. I resist the urge to keep working on the game because I had some work to do on my other game, which is totally convenient. So for those of you who don't know, it's a game where you play in a restaurant and you need to feed the customers using conveyor belts and a set of wheel machines. And by the way, it is available for wishlist on Steam, so don't forget to do that. So one of the things I did is rework the progression system because how it used to be was very complicated. So I will try to resume it. You have like different restaurants, which has each restaurant have 2 floors, and each floor have 5 stages. When you finish the first floor of a restaurant, you unlock the first floor of the next restaurant, but not the second floor, because these are constituted of bonus levels, and the bonus levels only unlocks when you have finished all the first floor of the restaurants. Well, as you see when I explain it, it's completely messy. It's not really enjoyable. And what I saw when I playtested is people didn't notice that they unlocked bonus stage and they keep going, or like they tried the first stage and they're like, okay, I'm gonna switch to the 5th stage. So they basically came from a really easy stage and go to a really hard stage without having like the difficulty transition. So now what I did is I remove all that, and now it's just a basic progression system when you go from stages to stages like it should have been from the beginning. It also means that I had to throw away all my code that I spend a lot of time on it, but yeah, it doesn't work, so sometimes you just have to throw it away. And it also means that my bonus stages that were in previous restaurants had to be reworked in new restaurants with new teams. So for instance, this is the Hunter's restaurant with Hunter team and like meat dishes. And this one is the Christmas restaurant with Christmas theme and Christmas dishes. Another thing I did is prepare my game for the Steam Next Fest, which will be in a month, in less than a month. So for those of you who don't know, it's a festival on Steam that pushes demo. So it's a very good way to have exposure. So I registered to it, but for your participation, you have to do a demo. So that's what I work on, because right now I have like my project, which is 75 levels, but I wanted to have a way to just use the same project to build the full game and the demo. I didn't really find a way to do it, so right now I just have 2 separate projects, one for the full game and one for the demo. And when I will do an update, I'm gonna do like another copy of the project. And what will I do next week on SGDC? Well, I won't be there because unfortunately it's already a month. And I was just saying for a month, so I'm gonna leave. We are gonna leave with my girlfriend in a few days, and we are gonna go back to Belgium and eat our precious boulettes sauce lapin. But when I look back, I did like nearly everything I wanted to do. So I would say that it was a very great experience, and would definitively do it again. That's it. Do you have any questions? Yes.
When is the plan to come back?
Excuse me?
When is the plan to come back here?
To come back? I don't know. Maybe next year. To be honest, I was looking for maybe stay here a month, like another month, but it wasn't possible. So yeah, maybe next year, hopefully. Yes?
Will you have some kind of goodbye party?
Would love to. Why not? We are leaving on Saturday, so the goodbye party should be tomorrow.
But we could play test your board game then.
Yeah. Why not? Would love to. Any more questions? No? Thank you.
All right, next up, Giovanna. This is the final one for the stream. You could angle the screen as well.
Oh,
Instead.
next time.
Thought you were professional.
Well, on adjusting the camera, not the screen. It's different. Yes, I'm just very quickly gonna show the small things I made on my tech demo because I did not resist the urge to continue to work on the games. I've mostly been doing that this week and trying to beat Remy's high score. And but I also managed to make the transparency of things that are between the player and the camera work. So now I'm using a dithering effect instead of actually making it transparent, so now it works. And James helped me a lot. And I did not manage to make the portals work any better. There is still a problem with things moving to the side, but I also made bigger portals by just scaling them up a lot. So here you can see that yeah. And here I am. And also you can't see portals through portals. But yeah, but it also shows the problems I'm having with the camera going through a little bit more. Also, if I do like this, it goes all crazy and now everything is weird. So yeah, I should have worked on this more instead of my game, but it was so much fun with a game. And yeah, so next week I'm gonna try to show something that works and something different, because I've been showing these portals for weeks now. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. So, any questions? Good. Oh, Marco. Okay.
What's the next thing you're going to do?
Fix the portals. Yeah. But after that, yeah, I don't know, because my plan was to finish these portals this week.
Take your tree.
What? Yes. It's perfect. No, my plan was to finish the portals this week, but I will have to continue with that next week. But then I will try to focus on making some 3D models and learn more about that. And I would make the portals how I imagine them based on, I'm gonna quit the game, based on the concept art that I did before. So they would be more like this. I would try to make my own portal and these trees as well, and try to build that area to practice some 3D modeling and replace some of the great assets that I have that animate. So they have been great, but I would like to try to make my own. So hopefully I finish the portals early next week and can continue with that. Mate.
Will the transparency fade slowly, or is it gonna cut to 50%?
Yeah, I was gonna put in so it would fade, but I didn't have time. Yes. Marike?
Just as a reminder, what will be the gameplay in the game?
A reminder, there will be no gameplay. It's more a project where I learn about stuff, and with the portals I've been learning a bunch of math and well, a lot of different things, because they were a lot of work and I didn't expect it. So it's more a project where I focus on something and I try to learn about it, and then I move on to another mechanic and try to learn about that. So before this I've also did character controller, like a typical third person camera controller, which isn't great, but I decided I learned enough for now and moved on to portals that I can't seem to decide to learn enough about. Yes. Thank you.
That's right, kids. Do more math.
Yes.
And math. Okay. No math. Only math. Before we leave, I wanna showcase something I'm proud of.
You were supposed to present those.
No, but I was going to show his train, because he usually doesn't want to show things on stream, but he was also like, oh, I don't dare let James speak about stuff. So I want to showcase my most successful tweet. It used to be, okay, my previously most successful tweet used to be this one, hi. It had 48 likes. And my new one has this, another misspelling. So I really learned how to do this social media thing. So just a pro tip, misspell words and post pictures of plushies. And also tag Billy Bust Up, because they have a huge community. So just like whatever I'm posting here, I will just tag them. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, today we received our Billy plushie. So they've been making plushies for their game, and Billy just arrived and can be located by the board games if you wanna hug him. They, yeah. So yeah, and this little fella, which I never remember the name of. All right. 80 likes. Damn. Yeah. No, I didn't actually want to show my likes. I wanted to show the plushie. Anyway, thank you.